Hi guys, and welcome to the Rocket League Replays YouTube channel. Today, we want to present a video replay of the match between Oxygen Esports and Gaimin Gladiators during the Rocket League World Championship 2024. Don't forget to subscribe and put a like. Enjoy.
Because they are not with a chance to qualify.
1 foot in the grave if you lose here. We go to Manfield Night, as always, game one, brought to you by Progressive, as we get ready for our second match of the second day of the 2024 Rocket League World Championship. Halfway through, after this, our 0-1 bracket in the Swiss stage. All important kickoff just to get the upper hand here between Oxygen and the Gladiators. And can Gladiators just get any kind of a foothold early on and give Oxygen something to think about here?
Yeah, the horrible stat that we're just immediately starting this off with is 0 and 15. That is the goal differential for the Gladiators. It might be about to get worse. Oski with the goal of the day, maybe even goal of the tournament. We might be calling that one a little bit too early. We will see as Oxygen starting off in the offense. That's going to drop down. Joe can't quite get there.
Oski should try to better that by having one that goes across the field but doesn't bounce on the way in. Just, you know, get the extra style points if you can. Of course, securing the dub, objective number one. We'd love to get an early goal here just to really put Gladiators behind the 8 ball. Oski a little slow to that, so Maxu's over top of him, but they're not going to breach the center line with possession. It's Joyo bringing it right back.
He called himself the freestyler who turned pro in our career facts. They're going to want a little bit more of that from him. We know what he is capable of with the ball, but he needs to shake off that rust. He needs to be able to cause chaos. You would feel like Gladiators is the perfect opportunity for him to get that confidence back and realize, yes, I can 1v2, 1v3 these teams. But the defense so far from Gladiators has been phenomenal. They've done well. Foe's already up. Good challenge. And now it's Gladiators' turn to try and put the press.
Well, the defense has to be superb as well for Gladiators, because if they fall behind, it just doesn't have the look of a team that's going to score several times against Oxygen. So the one solace that you have here for Gladiators, and Joyo said it himself, feels a little bit rusty. They didn't expect to be here at the World Championship. You can't really prepare for kind of the unprecedented situation that's unfolded that's got them here. So you've got a team that, if anybody would be vulnerable and ripe for an upset, it might be this Oxygen squad, having already lost yesterday. Though, can't follow this up. Joyo's going to collect and very slowly bring this across. They're not willing to just give possession over to Gladiators for free. That one catches an unlucky bounce for Gladiators, and it goes all the way into their net off of Archie.
Well, we've seen goals like this quite often. Virtuoso, he's on the outside, and it can go so badly for you if you can't get across the face of that ball. It's only got one place it can go, into the middle of the field, and in that case, into the middle of the net. 0-16 now. I'm sorry, it's going to be tracked.
Almost got one there from Tho. He's been up so much with so little boost. It's just been frustrating for him, I'm sure. And frustrating for Gladiators as a whole. I mean, you know they're not going to get tilted. You got somebody like Marky standing behind them. I mean, he's just going to roast them anyways and kind of lighten the mood. But maybe an opportunity here. Low saved away by Archie. But man, if that's the goal that goes in, you just got to be thinking after yesterday, well, what else is going to go wrong? Double tap lined up, and Tho will score the first goal for Gladiators.
I will say, Oxygen's defense is not convincing at the moment. They seem to just be hitting it away, no real thought about what the follow-up is going to be. And Gladiators can play with that. They've got to be more careful, keep the ball close to their car, and not try and outplay every single time.
So 16-1.
Yeah, finally, don't have to worry about that no more.
Finally off the side, and maybe an opportunity for another Virtuoso denied by Joyo. Had some support as well, but Tho and Gladiators have the advantage now here with the attack, at least for the moment. Vert down to Maxu. Oh, they might have been trying to pinch that, and just the timing not there.
Oh, Tho's got Oski with company. Well, very awkward. Maxu had to just cut across. Double commit, which means that now big decision has to be made. Virtuoso had plenty of time, though. I do like the spacing across the field here from Gladiators. Not as worried as they were yesterday by just trying to keep every single player behind the ball. The moment you do that against a team like Oxygen, it is already over. It's been well positioned, but Archie's got the better read. Tried for the sideball double, and immediately cut straight across. a shot on target, but Foe should take that reasonably comfortably.
Well, Gladiators find themselves in a battle here with Oxygen. Then we could not say much during their first series yesterday. That's just a little bit wide, and fortunately so for Oxygen, because Archie wasn't going to catch up to it. He did win that midfield boost against Tho. That goes all the way across. Maxu was going to have a look, but now you look at Virtuoso just stuck on the back line with no boost, and right as he got to the corner, he gets demolished, and then the save away by Maxu, just barely keeping Gladiators in a deadlock with Oxygen.
Yeah, knew exactly what the play as soon as the demo came through. Made sure he was in the way of it, but we are back into the mid. Oxygen have been the better squad since the second goal went in. Goes Oski. First touch with Foe already on him. Yeah, Foe is going to pre-jump. You don't have to worry about that. It's kind of always been within the DNA.
They almost have to,
you
just
do.
to be faster than this Oxygen squad. Even rusty as they may be, as we get down inside 20 seconds, Virtuoso gonna have a look. But Joyo's got that one away, trying to play keep away from Gladiators and maybe get themselves the last look in regulation. We could be going to overtime here between Oxygen and Gladiators. Of all teams, you wouldn't have thought that would even be possible several months ago, but here we are at the World Championship. It's a little bit different, and surely maybe one look here as Tho's got it to the back wall and finally killed down. Oxygen wanted no more part of that at 0.
I was wondering if that was going to bounce upwards to maybe be there for the follow-up, but not quite the case. It was pretty comfortable the entire way. We are in OT. And Gladiators with an opportunity. Ball drops down. It's usually Oski's bread and butter when it drops down like that and just bounces for him. Oh, Joyo waiting for it back for Port. Getting to him. Now back to him again, but his pass is just off. And I think that's the best way to describe everything we've seen from Oxygen in this game so far. It's just a little bit off. The ideas, they've still got them. The execution of those ideas is, well, not up to par.
Oxygen have been relatively conservative here, as that one's going to be sent off by Archie. Virtuoso got enough in the tank to try and center, but Oski there to shut him down. And now here goes Big Oscar. Going to need some help from Joyo, and this goes all the way across. Again, nothing brewing for Oxygen just yet, but that shot just a little wide. Follow-up. Oh, it's just wide as well. Oxygen had 2 high-quality, and then another that goes all the way down to the other end of the field, and Oxygen got to feel like they just left one on the table there. They almost ended this overtime just before the first minute mark.
I did like that they tried to go for the low challenge, but the demo came through and saved Gladiators. And there was no follow-up available. Virtuoso's had the boost stolen from him as well. Ball popped up, but unable to find the demo on Oski, who happy to both avoid and attack the ball. Archie, backboard, double tap. That's still difficult, but Joyo will finish off the job. 2-1, and Oxygen get it done in overtime.
They had to know the levy was going to break eventually. They just kept peppering the back wall at all times, and you still do, but it's not as dangerous here with this squad. As
I love that.
Very awkward kickoff out of Oxygen has kind of got Gladiators maybe on the back foot, but they haven't really been fooled by it. Maybe Joyo can drop this down, though. No, follow-up. Oh, it's wide. And Oxygen have had a few of those. I mean, he had a great setup with the kickoff, and another shot that's gone wayward.
They got everything they wanted out of that. Ball played to a player with 100 boost. You're relaxing. You can now send Gladiators. We're on lower boost, bamboozled by it. And you didn't finish that off. Oh, and then we get the miss as well from Archie. Joyo's got low boost, so he just has to pop this straight back up. Archie just about well covered there from Gladiators, but his low boost, so not able to do any more with that one. Caught in by Tho. Joyo gets a good block. I'd like to see more of that here from Oxygen. Just try and play for the blocks. Trust that the second man will be there quick enough. Right now, it just feels like too often trying to outplay the whole way to the net.
Oh, if Joyo got blasted there, that could have been trouble for Oxygen, but Gladiators not able to get the physical play. Everybody went after him. Nobody guarded the net. Archie will score the opener just outside the first minute.
That's so much better. Just play it down, especially when you got a player like Joyo. Joyo, sometimes the best thing he can do is very little, because everyone sees him go up into the air and you think, okay, here we go. We are about to see the freestyle montage. And he just stops, blocks what you think you're about to try and do, and he just gets straight back into the middle again. Oxygen starting to run roughshod.
Yeah, and we talked about Gladiators, a team that can score in bunches. So too can Oxygen, and this even compounds the problem for Gladiators because, well, again, hate to keep revisiting the problem here, but in, let's see, about 23-ish minutes of gameplay, they only have the one goal, and now they're down 2, less than 90 seconds into a game.
But at least trying for the measurable bump. Not quite there. Archie is waiting midfield. Off to steal the boost, so now keep a decent eye on where Gladiators' boost totals are. It's all on Vert at the moment. So he needs to do well here, and he's just caught in off the backboard. Oski couldn't run onto the shot. Oxygen by far the quicker of the two teams, and the reason for that is because they got 3 times the boost that their opponents have got.
Yeah, just issues compounding upon each other here. Though can at least break free, but needs a good 50. Does not have one going the way of his side. Another shot narrowly off the hood of Archie, and the pressure remains for Oxygen. It almost looks like a mechanical clinic at this point, with Oxygen just continuing to pour on the pressure. Gladiators barely able to escape.
Nice.
Virtuoso is downfield, tried to drop it down. He's got a teammate. There it was though, and the shot high and wide. Archie got a piece as well. They'll at least try again. Try to get one on the board and make this a little more manageable.
Again, that is always Vert's job. Play the ball first time. That's not necessarily he doesn't need a big whip. He just has to go and attack the third man on the opposite side of the field. Finally had a chance for him to do so, and you saw that it got them that little bit of breathing room they could really have done with turning that into something more. Vert is now waiting. Gets a second block, but skies towards the opposite side of the field. Foe was calling for it. Running out of time here. 2 minutes on the clock. 2 goals is the difference. If it stays as it is, it will be 2 games that's the difference as well. Oski on the reset. Can he get it to Archie, who has gone for it? Maxu gets it long, but Joe will be ready and waiting, and we go again.
Just boom it downfield just to get a little bit of a reprieve, but then you're just giving possession right back. There's the bump. It's going to hang on the goal line, and Maxu just narrowly saved it away and keeps Gladiators alive, perhaps, here in game 2. It's still early to call that with about 90 seconds left, but 3 would have certainly been insurmountable the way things have gone. At least they have a little bit of life if they can get back on the offense.
You've got to try and load challenge some of these Gladiators. Every time you try and boom the ball away, Oxygen off sitting deep enough back that they can just collect the ball and try for another air dribble. Goes for the outplay. Didn't quite find anything on the ball. Again, Vert trying to find some bumps. Foe, far side, doesn't have any boost to go for the sidewall double. In field, but again, not accurate enough. Directly at Archie this time around. It's all been just a little bit desperate on the offense here from Gladiators.
Not enough of a follow-up either. I mean, for a team that's got to chase the game, I mean, eventually you got to go all in, and I know that leaves the back door open, but I mean, what does it matter how many goals you give up if you can't score any? As Joyo again wins that ball, Oski keeps it going further. Though can at least send it downfield. Has to play it himself though over Joyo. This will waterfall down, but Archie's all over it. Has Maxi read it well, not quite well enough, and then cleared away once again. And that was Gladiators' opportunity to try and get some kind of forward momentum. That bump opens it up, and it's 3-0.
And that is game 2 gone. Wave it on its way out. That is a horrible bump. Oski, the menace that he is, sends Virtuoso flying. And we will now start looking towards the next game. Oxygen showing off different levels of their gameplay. Let's try another kickoff. I am liking the look of these. Trying to take it from the cheating up player. Archie, backboard. No, Tho will deny. It's all about just trying to pad at this point. And Gladiators will try to find some answers. Marky Duda needs to come up clutch in the next 60 seconds because his team look a little bit lost. Focus on holding that midfield, picking his opportunities, and you know that the outplays from Joyo and Oski are working. That is their job. Oski's job is kind of everything else, and it's a very thankless role. But we have seen throughout the season just how crucial he is and how his form might be the most important.
Onward now to a closeout opportunity, but that one's gone just about cleanly off the backboard, and a rare miscue defensively for Oxygen is not punished by Gladiators early on here in this must-win for the APAC squad. Now Oski As is flipped. Might have another.
Oh.
May not matter. Oh, what a save. Follow-up there is blocked away, but once again, we find Gladiators just kind of packed in defensively and having to make save after save just to try and keep things manageable early.
I'll tell you what, Oski's ability to, either intentionally or not, just vary the power that he hits the ball with off these resets. You feel like you've got a read on certain plays. You know where it's going to go. But Oski sometimes absolutely sends it, or it goes nowhere, and you've just flown over the top of the ball. Now sends it over to Archie, going for the top corner, couldn't find it. Instead finds Foe's car. There's Oski not going to dive in. Sees Maxu. Oh, that's going to look for something big. Still 0-0. And Gladiators starting off better here. Vert's backboard. He can't get the second. Oh, you've got to take the shot from there. Maxu too close. Couldn't get over the top of the ball. 0-0 it remains.
Joyo is starting to put it all on display. Archie trying to pinch that all the way down, or through the offensive zone. That didn't quite work out for him. We watch Oxygen just kind of almost going through the paces. Joyo just trying to get on the highlight reel. Try and get anything to a teammate, not happening. And again, for Gladiators, this is their opportunity. You sense maybe that Oxygen aren't quite giving them the respect that Gladiators would like them to have.
Only on that note as well, Oxygen need a 3-0 here. They've got to try and fix their seeding after, well, it just went all wrong yesterday, really. 3-0 would do so much, give them theoretically easier matchups. The Gladiators, they are somewhat happy that Limitless are guaranteed lowest seed. Oh, there we go, Joyo. 1-0, and Oxygen marching towards the one-on-one rounds.
Well, after everything that Joyo had tried before, this is relatively tame, just narrowly avoids the contact. A little double tap ski. I see you. 1-0.
I love the car. The car seems very, if I saw a car and it's just like, who has this? That's Joyo's car every single day. Luminescent. Archie very heavy with that first touch, at least recovers it with a challenge. The back pass as well, it's more what we want to see from Oxygen. Doesn't always have to be going forward, but Foe's in a lovely spot, somehow well read by the defense.
Oh, no boost.
That's a horrible spot to be in. He's just going to launch it, hope for the best, and best was a double commit, and he's been called straight back into action.
Well, they do at least get a shot somehow out of all that, but yeah, Virtuoso was in a very precarious position. Now he's got a full tank and he can use it, but all he's going to do is lob it downfield. Archie's got that well read, and just these booming clears aren't going to accomplish much for Gladiators. Just giving more possession for Oxygen, an Oxygen team that throughout this series, it feels like they've had at least 70% of ball possession. They have just dominated the pace of play. They have kind of set the terms for this matchup.
Yeah, you can really see there's been quite a pace difference. Vert, very heavy on the first touch, couldn't use the boost to try and catch back up. But when Oxygen get the ball, it's a controlled first touch. Gladiators, they have to play so quickly that their first touch is so heavy because the number one priority is get there. What do we do after that? Doesn't matter, get there.
They see Oxygen in a rare case where they're all kind of packed in their own zone, but it doesn't matter. They still break out, get one shot, and Archie almost had the follow-up. Still remains a one-goal deficit for Gladiators to overcome. Certainly manageable. They can get one strike. That's all they've had so far, though the only goal of the tournament for the APAC representatives.
Archie now off the wall, couldn't get the reset with the first touch, still finds the challenge, couldn't get the bump, and there is Foe to at least prevent that from being two. Gladiators are still in this. Oh, thank goodness I didn't finish that sentence.
Gladiators were still in this until Oski pretty much called game. I mean, you look at just the frustration that has to be mounting when you put in so much work, so much effort, and still it is not enough to break through against a team that has been rusty. Oh, no more out of Archie, and Oski's kind of made a mess of that, so he'll have to bring it all the way back. Of course, no pressure for Oxygen now. This is their victory lap, barring a monumental collapse. Hello! Oh! Oxygen take the air out of Gladiators.
Archie is up now, and he gets the perfect pass. the beautiful game on display. Oxygen took the #1 top player yesterday. They want to take it tomorrow.
Are you not entertained? 3-0 with an exclamation point. And that one's woken everybody up. In a series that was just about sent to dreamland.
That was the Oxygen we were starting to fear at that very first regional of the last split. This is the team that annihilated everyone in the Swiss. Have they now shaken off the rust? We will find our answers out later in the tournament. But for today, they've done the job they had to, send Gladiators to 0-2, and they march on to 1-1.
A breath of fresh air as Oxygen march their way to